can't stop, won't stop. Bitcoin continues ripping as it blasts past $57,000 and makes all-time highs in more currencies around the globe. Who's next? Australia? Canada? The euro? Why is the price ripping? Is it massive short liquidations or the ETF volumes hitting all-time highs? We can't say exactly, but we know that Bitcoin is flipping gold. We dive deep into that in this episode. Side note, Peter Schiff isn't happy about this. Welcome to the Tuesday, February 27th edition of the Bitcoin Daily Show. I'm Dante Cook, head of Swan Business. Here at Swan, we're on a mission to educate the world about Bitcoin. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It will help us teach more people about Bitcoin here on YouTube and cut through the noise. And as always, if you have questions about Bitcoin, please send us an email at daily@swanbitcoin.com. From one Daily Show host to another, this one hurts right here, bro.
The biggest mistake I've ever made?
Yeah, what's that one mistake?
Oh.
And how did you recover from it? How did you turn it into...
Biggest mistake I've ever made, not buying Bitcoin when it was nothing. I mean, that's the biggest mistake I've made. It cost nothing at some point. You know what I mean? That was maybe the biggest mistake I've made. And not taking the time to understand it.
Trevor, it's all good, man. There's a point in every Bitcoiner's journey where they think that they were late to the party. You're not too late. Your Bitcoin conviction and allocation will rise to the level of your Bitcoin education. You said the real important part out loud. For all of you who are just getting into Bitcoin when the price is ripping right now, do yourself a favor. Don't throw all of your savings into this technology all at once, but start to read. Start to understand why Bitcoiners believe what they do. And over time, you'll be ready to catch the next bull when it comes. But be safe with your money out there. Bitcoiners woke up yesterday while the price was ripping past $53,000 and thought that they were witnessing something extraordinary.
Ryan Everett with 22 seconds left. Good cut by Murray. Nearly lost his footing. Still patience and still time. Sorber. Sorber goes baseline. Everett for the lead. Bang! Bang!
But not to be outdone, the price didn't just stop at $53,000, but went all the way up to $57,500 per Bitcoin.
The clock still runs. Roman Catholic has one timeout. They don't call it. This is for the win. Yes!
Unbelievable.
Yes! Cabe Goss!
And it's not just the dollar we're talking about here. In a trend that we're monitoring about Bitcoin's adoption as an international global asset, Bitcoin's price has reached an all-time high in 4 more currencies: the Norwegian krone, the South African rand, and the Chilean peso. Oh, and the Chinese yuan. We're continuing to lose track of how many currencies Bitcoin is making all-time highs in because it's happening almost daily at this point. But we know that it's over 24. This trend will only continue as Bitcoin is nearing all-time highs in Canadian and Australian dollars, the euro, and the Swedish krona. At 57K, we're just 17% away from the all-time highs in the US dollar, the ultimate fiat currency. These huge price moves at the beginning of the week are coming on the heels of some massive short liquidations. According to CoinDesk, leverage bets against Bitcoin have lost $150 million in the last 24 hours. These short liquidations are not a sign that we're at a bull market peak. Actually, it means that we're just at the beginning. Typically, when you reach the peak of a cycle, you'll see leveraged longs getting wiped out. These huge price moves come along with record-setting ETF inflows and trading volume yesterday. The new 9 ETFs reached an all-time trading volume high of $2.4 billion. And BlackRock was the main reason why. BlackRock accounted for about $1.3 billion in trading volume yesterday, which was about 30% higher than its previous all-time high. The monster day in ETF trading volume comes when GBTC had its lowest day of outflows at just $22 million. Overall, the ETFs had $520 million of net inflows yesterday, the 4th highest total since the ETFs launched. In a trend that we will continue to monitor, Bitcoin ETFs demonetized gold ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs did 10x the inflows of gold ETFs yesterday. And you obviously know who's having a hard time coping with this. Our favorite, Peter Schiff. Peter's always overhyping gold's use for industrial purposes. It's overwhelmingly being held for its monetary premium. Gold bugs believe that Bitcoiners say that gold has no value. That's not true. but Bitcoin does improve on three important money qualities of gold: scarcity, portability, and auditability. Let's not take my word for it. Let's look at some research from Jurrien Timmer, Fidelity's global head of macro research. In his tweet thread, he looks at the premium he believes Bitcoin will capture of gold's monetary premium. To start off, he models out Bitcoin's future supply next to gold's future supply, side by side for us all to see. Although gold is one of the world's most scarce assets, its supply characteristics pale in comparison to the scarcity of Bitcoin, especially moving forward. When you plot Bitcoin's supply moving forward, it decreases exponentially, cutting by half every 4 years, which we all know we're about to have a halving here in April. And when he overlays Bitcoin's price performance historically on top of that supply model, you get a Bitcoin price of 10 quadrillion by 2050. That might be a little bullish, even by crazy Bitcoiner standards. So he adjusts for a few things from a chart perspective and overlays Bitcoin's price onto gold stock to flow model. And what you get is a price of $1 million by 2050. In any model that you have, the price performance of Bitcoin will outperform gold over the next 30 years because of these reasons. We are shifting from an analog world and an atom world to a digital world, and Bitcoin is the apex predator. We talk about Bitcoin having better characteristics than gold in scarcity, portability, and auditability. Well, let's look at the final two with one example. We're still trying to figure out how much gold each country actually holds. But the Bitcoin community can see in real time Mr. 100 has been buying 100 Bitcoin per day since November of 2022 and is now the 15th largest whale in the world. Not only can this individual buy and custody that Bitcoin instantly, proving that Bitcoin has better portability, but we can all see it happening. That's auditability at its finest. How can gold even compete? Co-parter Peter. The reality is that Bitcoin is going to flip gold. It's not a matter of if, it's just when at this point. And with that, we're signing off for the day. This is Dante Cook with Swan.com. Happy stacking.
Can you take